So many different guys. Have a look at the Colorado depth chart from last year. All of the players crossed out with the black line are no longer a member of the Buffaloes program. 86 different players, only a handful still sticking around on the 2 deep. As Deion said, a lot of that was by choice. There were other things involved. A lot of guys coming who are transferring for one reason or another from other Power 5 schools to get a shot at Colorado. LC, you've been in the situation taking over a program. What's your reaction to how Deion's gone about his business?
Well, Deion Sanders can do anything he wants to build his program on. I just don't agree with his tactics. Now, I used a basic principle when I took over my head job. I treated the players like they were my stepchildren. I treated them good. I worked it out, tried to make it out, so I not lose one player. I didn't do it. Now, I took over Louisville. They went to the first bowl game ever. Indiana, they won the first bowl game ever. And Northern Illinois, I went to the pros for the United States Football League. That's my story, and I'm sick of doing it. I don't agree with his tactics. It's his decision.
Coach, I completely understand what you're saying, and I think a lot of people kind of echo that sentiment from especially the old school manner, especially with the conference realignment and NIL, transfer portal, recruiting can happen at all times. I very much understand it, but what Deion thinks, and I think a lot of new coaches that are coming into this environment with what is available think, hey, this is how the game is going to be played. Yeah. I have a bad roster. I've been paid to come in here and flip Colorado around. I think he's got percentages on ticket sales. I think he's got other percentages as well. He's an incredible businessman. And I understand where you're coming from, but he's trying to find his guys. I think my favorite thing I heard in there was when he was calling up the team. And he said, do you believe in you? And they all said, yes, sir. Prime had an unflappable confidence. And he's trying to find the guys that are like him. And I think he's expecting instant success. That might be tough, though. You got a national championship contender in TCU coming to town. We'll see what they got quickly.
I mean, think about this brand, Colorado. How many times have we talked Colorado in the last 20 years? 20 years.
Not many.
And he's made them relevant just by what he did and how he goes about, his way of kind of that swagger that he played with. Yeah. And now he's on social media. He's all over the place. So that's going to be interesting to see. We finally get a chance to see how they play. But let's talk for a second about Sonny Dykes and TCU. Can you imagine preparing his team throughout camp to get ready to play this team? How anxious they're going to be. And keep in mind, their quarterback, Chandler Morris, he started last year against him, got hurt. Max Duggan all of a sudden steps up, and the rest is history. Go all the way to the national title game. Yeah. They don't bring a ton of back. They have their own set of transfer portals. They brought some guys in because they lost so much. Right. And I just think they're going to show up in a bad mood today. I think they're very anxious to take on this hype machine of Colorado, and I can't wait to see how that plays out.
TCU has been under the radar all summer. Last time we saw them, it was against Georgia, and it wasn't pretty. And since then, obviously, they lost a lot of players, only returned to 10 starters, but like you said, they dipped into the transfer portal, too, to try to booster their roster. I think that Sonny Dykes and his team, they're still trying to figure out who are they playing against? Who are these guys? Like, how do you game plan Deion Sanders and this whole new group of players that he brought to Colorado? So this is going to be a really interesting game, guys. I'm not sure that they're going to cover. I do think TCU should win, but almost 3 touchdowns?
Yeah, I think
that Colorado will be a little more competitive than the experts think.
I think my favorite part about this is we just pivoted to TCU, and you said, could you imagine all the fuel and ammo that Sonny has because we're not talking about? And then we start showing Deion Sanders. Wow, we didn't think about TCU.
Exactly.
That was Jimmy.
That's really big.
That's why it's on TV.
You know what? I think you made a really important point here, too. It buys him more time, just the force of his personality, the magnetism, and also the fact that Colorado was, really, really ungood. Right. Really ungood. Everybody understands it's going to take a while.
Exactly.
TCU will destroy the Buffaloes.
All right. He put up some serious numbers. One difference, May led his team in rushing a year ago, and as we documented earlier, much to most everyone's chagrin except the NCAA, no Tez Walker for Drake May tonight. They do have some other transfer receivers and weapons for him to use, Kirk.
Yeah, I think Spencer Rattler finished as hot as any quarterback in college football, but he's got some new players around him, just like Drake May. The reason we're talking so much about Drake May is because the NFL is very excited about his potential. There's so much talk about he and Caleb Williams, what their futures could be. And I think Mac Brown summed it up. The big part of the reason we're here is because of what Drake May can do. And I think the nation's anxious to see this. Keep in mind, this guy's only a one-year starter. He's coming back for his second year as a starter. And in that first year, there was a lot to like about his game. The big thing that all great quarterbacks have to have is that presence. He's an athletic guy, but instead of bailing here, see how he navigates around, feels comfortable. And how about the arm strength to be able to fire that with accuracy downfield? He's got the combination of everything. And he doesn't panic. He doesn't lock in on a primary guy. Here he works all the way back to his fourth receiver. So you're going 1, 2, backside, finds the fourth guy, and eventually comes up there with a nice throw there. And then I think this is the accuracy. You see it, obviously, 80%, almost 60%, almost 50% down, 20 yards downfield. I think that's the thing that has most people excited about what he can do. Look at this throw right here between a safety.
Wow.
Yeah. Nice.
That's big time.
Yeah. And this is, I think, in the modern game of college football and in the NFL now, you have to have this. Look at that. I mean, I don't know how a big guy's going to get out of there. And there's the quickness to get away from it, a little stiff arm to go into the end zone. So I think there's a lot there to like. What I think most of us are excited to see is the players around him. Right. I really look forward to Dez seeing tonight. You know, he lost Josh Downs, still trying to get, is it Parker?
Tez Walker.
Eligible. So he's got some young guys that, talking to him yesterday, he's very confident about.
Yeah.
But, it's week 1. I want to see how that develops.
Yeah, and we talked about Spencer Rattler, right? He started the season kind of shaky. Is this the right move? Is it a good fit? And then he caught fire late in the season. I talked to his coaches. They said that he wasn't comfortable early. So I'm going to show you exactly what changes were made when Spencer Rattler took fire late in the season. Now, here's one of the early games. Look at his footwork. He's not comfortable. So I said, Coach Beamer, what was the problem and how did he get better, Coach?
The last 2 or 3 games of the season, to me, was so much of his ability to just, cut it loose and just continue to, play with confidence and play free.
You heard it from his coach. He was able to just relax, get comfortable, and then he's cut it loose. There's a double post concept on the left side. You're going to see the inside post take the safety. Rattler has to beat the outside corner with the pinpoint accuracy. And he's kind of mobile too, guys. Look, his first and second read, both are covered. They're damn near tackled. He's about to run. That gate closed on him. So he keeps the play alive with his feet, and he finds his third target wide open. Wins. Coach Beamer stepped in.
That's good.
Exactly. There you go.
That's a good one.
He was on fire at the end of the year, and I think he's going to be able to continue that. I spoke to his new offensive coordinator, Coach Loggins. He said he loves Spencer Rattler's leadership now. I think it's going to be a big night for Spencer.
Yeah, it feels like Spencer Rattler just matured. And he just hit a certain stage where he just kind of took over. And you talk to Coach Beamer, he's saying he's playing his best football he's ever seen him play. Want to get him off to a hot start so that the Cox can maintain this energy. 6 a.m. all the way through now. Their fan base is remarkable. And then you talk about Drake May. They are. You talk about they are.
I think South Carolina's got the edge in the crowd here.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, since about 5 a.m.
It's a night game too, right?
Yes, they're going to be around a long time here in the Queen City. But when you talk about Drake May, I've had the incredible opportunity to be coached by a man named Clyde Christensen whenever I was at the Indianapolis Colts.
Okay.
Absolute quarterback guru, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Andrew Luck, you name it. He's now an advisor here at North Carolina talking to Drake May. Can't be on the field with him, but he can be in the classroom. He said Drake May's awareness of what everybody's doing, what the defense is doing, his team, Peyton Manning-like. Then he said his athleticism, his wiggle is like Andrew Luck, because when you see him, he's like 6'4", 6'5". He's a massive dude.
Riley said 6'6".
Well, somebody from North Carolina said 6'7", like Wilson down there at Florida State. But then you meet him, and his vibes, his teammates love him. And then you think about the thought that there was $5 million allegedly trying to get into his pocket to go to a national championship contender. And he said, I don't even want to look at it. And I asked him, like, hey, man, I respect the hell out of that. You come from like a ridiculously billionaire family. And he said, I can't do that to Chapel Hill. You're talking about loyalty. His teammates love him. In 2023, this dude is an anomaly. And I can't wait to watch him do his thing tonight.
Steve, let's play a little game. You see those big numbers? You've got some propositions for us,
I'm going to flip the script and give it to the guys. We're going to put a little pressure, and then I'll keep track of your guys' records in this.
Okay.
Kirk, I'm going to start with you. Would you rather take West Virginia plus the 20.5 or Colorado plus the 21?
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, do it, Kirk.
I'm gonna say West Virginia.
All right.
I would rather take West Virginia.
I had a feeling that was coming. Mr. McAfee.
Yes, sir.
Oh, here we go.
A couple Big Ten teams for you.
Love them.
Would you rather lay the 24 with Iowa or take the 31 with Indiana?
So I think I'd much rather do the Indiana-Ohio State operation strictly because I have zero faith in Ferentz's kid, who's the offense coordinator. So he's got his contract tied to performance, right?
25 points a game.
They were 130th in offense. This guy gets brought back. You bring in a quarterback, though, that has a free Harbaugh shirt on today out of Michigan. I think Iowa's going to be okay, but I like Indiana. Maybe a little slow start.
Okay. Mr. Howard?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to give you a couple underdogs. It's not pretty.
Oh, man.
Would you rather take the 28th with Virginia against Tennessee, or would you rather take the 36 with Arkansas State at Oklahoma?
Which dog do you like better there? Which of those underdogs do you think will hang around?
Points or Arkansas State?
Virginia or Arkansas State?
I'm not going to touch Virginia. I'm going to go Oklahoma.
Arkansas State.
All right, big number.
Yeah,
it's a huge number.
All right, we'll be back with standings.
You're going to keep up with all of this?
Oh yeah, I got it over here. Don't worry, I'll be checking in.
You didn't have the big number with Middle Tennessee and Alabama?
Yeah.
Remember, Middle Tennessee beat Miami last year. Scored on 3 touchdown passes of longer than 60 yards.
39.
39. Ooh. Middle scored on 3 touchdown passes of longer than 60 yards.
I'd take Middle there at 39. Nick doesn't like to wear teams out early in the year. Too much kindness.
The reason I bring this up, when Middle beat Miami last year and gave up all those touchdown passes, you know who the defensive coordinator was for the Hurricanes?
Yeah.
Kevin Steele, who was the defensive coordinator in Alabama.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.